Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Carrying isn't for everybody, and that's okay. My first time doing a video on the topic of carrying a weapon, maybe carrying a pistol or carrying a knife, and I figured I'd share my thoughts on it, or at least share my thoughts on on those who don't carry, and those who aren't able to carry. Also, I'm going to show off this hat. I got this hat for a couple months back. It says Palmetto Gun Rights. It's a local gun rights group here in South Carolina, and I've been with them some time. And I got this hat in the mail, so I figured I'd show it off. I think it'd be a good. I think it was a good hat to wear for this, for this video topic. So, I'm pretty sure many of you out there, many out there who are gun nuts like myself, they advocate for people to carry a defensive tool, whether it be a pistol or a knife, pepper spray, things like that. And we advocate for these things because we recognize, even though according to the FBI, violent crime has been dropping, there are still occurrences that come up where people are, they're being preyed upon by predators, mostly on the ones on two legs. Sometimes the ones on four legs, but we focus on the ones on two legs in this video. There are still instances of mass shootings. There's still situations of home invasions, of robbery, physical assault, things like that. And we see the importance of people being armed, and we would advise that as many people as possible to be armed at all times, you know, and be consistent with be consistently armed. Don't be armed just on Monday through Thursday and then leaving the safe from Friday through Sunday. So we would like people to do it on a continual basis. Practice. Go to range, practice. If you want to take a training course, you can do that as well. But also there's a reality that not many people, not everyone is going to do that. Even if you had constitutional carry, I don't believe everyone will automatically start carrying a firearm. And there's some reasons I want to get into in this video as to why why I believe that to be the case. A lot of it comes from personal experience and people I've met that kind of give up that signal that they're not either give up a signal or flat out said they're not they're not going to be carrying. Um, so first thing I want to talk about mental conditions. Some people, they have depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and there's certain and there's medication they may take for it that would kind of have certain side effects where it gives them worry about having a firearm within reach. I personally call it, I hope I get this right, suicidal ideation. I hope I said it right, where there's suicidal thoughts. Now, it's not that they want to carry these thoughts out, but the thoughts just come up every now and then, depending on their mood. And having a firearm, primarily a firearm in their presence, could kind of push the weights on the scale a bit to where it leans more on one side than the other. And so for their personal protection, as as in protection from themselves, they refuse to have a firearm around them, let alone carry one, for that reason. And I gotta say that's actually that's a good thing. If you're someone who has a mental condition where it may make it likely that suicidal, maybe it makes suicide a greater probability. In this, I would say it's good if you have to have a firearm around you. Like, as you guys know, years ago I lost a close friend of mine from suicide. She shot herself, and I'm not saying that had she not had a gun, she wouldn't have found out the way. But I can see how someone come up with an argument that they had these kind of thoughts, and so wanting to keep a firearm around, wanting to not have a firearm around them is in their best interest. I understand, and I think it'd be good for many of us to understand that. This is understand things from their perspective. Number two, emotional maturity, and this seems to be the case at least for a majority of people out there who don't carry. One of the things I learned a long time ago about myself is that I'm not one that's easily riled up. Like name calling, for example. I've been called a nigger. I've been called an Oreo. I've been called coon. And as you guys know, I'm not wearing half that video. But I've been called various names because of how I look, and it's nothing. It's water off a duck's back. You know, I'm not really concerned about what's some names that people call me because I know who I am. I know what I am, and they give those kind of insults any power is just it's counterproductive. So I don't give in to that kind of stuff, or slights for that matter. Or if I think someone has slighted me, I would either bring it to their attention right there and on the spot, or I would think about it and try to think, was it really was it were they really trying to insult me, or or maybe I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm just my imagination is running wild, and just if it turns to be if that tends to be the case, I just don't worry about it. Say, oh, that's nothing. But there are people out there who can't do that. They may not have the emotional muscle to be able to resist that kind of stuff. Maybe they may be thin skinned. There are people out there they take small slights, like grave injuries, and they want to get back. They want to hurl insults. They want to yell. They want to try to make the other person feel bad. Try to make them feel how they feel when really no injury hasn't been done to them. But they just have this drive to go ahead and do that. Having a firearm on them, on these people who don't have that emotional maturity, is dangerous. It could be like nitro in a sense where they're just so sensitive that an insult could just let them the insult can make them fly off the handle. And if they know this about themselves, I say it's wise on their part, and I congratulate them for doing so, to not carry. If they know that they don't have much control over their temper, then it's best that they don't carry. It's best that they just if they until they can get that get that fixed within themselves. It's a better option for them to not be armed. I know and it may suck, but that's it is actually a wise move. Also, in terms of emotional maturity, just some people who are they they're unable to bear that burden. It may sound like I'm not trying to make it sound like it's something that's heavy, but there is weight that comes with carrying a weapon. If you're someone who doesn't think they can you know carry it well, carry it well within themselves what they're doing. Be smart about it. Understand that. Listen, you're not. This is not a toy. It's best that they don't carry. And many of us see that. I'm pretty sure many of us have certain friends, or some people that this person that they ain't playing with a full deck. So, they don't need to be anywhere near a firearm. Probably nowhere near a car. For that matter. But stick with firearms in this video. So those are people like I would say in the second category. Just they're emotionally weak. Third, I did a video a long time ago called not ain't built like that. Basically means they're not geared for violence. They're not geared for aggression. They don't have that. They don't have what's necessary to be able to act like that if they need to with aggressive force, with violence. For their personal safety or for the safety of others. Even for the safety of those who are under their charge. And that's good. I think it's good. People like that. People don't have they ain't about that action in a sense. I think it's a good thing that they don't carry until they can actually build that up inside them somehow. It's best that they don't have one. Best that they don't carry anything, because if the situation comes up where they have to actually draw on someone, but they don't have it in them to pull the trigger, they don't have it in them to strike first and fast and accurately, the other person they're gonna see that they're bluffing, and so they're gonna call their bluff, and then they're gonna say, what, I ain't worried about this person. Obviously he doesn't have it in him. He ain't he ain't built for this shit. So I ain't gonna worry about them. They may even go so far to take the gun from them, which I know it's an argument that a lot of anti-gunners like to bring up. If you're armed, you just take the gun from you. Well, if that's the case, then I couldn't just take the gun from them. To bring that up. But there's some people who they may bluff and they get called out on it, and then it ends in a disaster. So it's in their best interest if they don't carry. I'm pretty sure many people, like when people tell me that they want to buy a gun, I ask them, okay, well, if you buy, what you want to buy it for personal protection? They say, yeah, all right. Ask yourself the question: are you sure you could, do that? Are you sure you could actually shoot somebody to defend yourself and defend someone else? And if they can't come to, if they're unable to come to that conclusion, at least, honestly, they can't come to that conclusion. I'll tell them, just hold off on it. Maybe just don't have the confidence, right now. How about, let's go to the range, practice, so that you can, so you have that confidence built into you through practice. That's my phone. um, because that's important. It's important to have that confidence so that when the time comes, you can act. You know, yeah, you don't go from condition white to condition black. They use the color code system that Jeff Cooper came up with. Um, because those situations where you may have to act, it may work against you because you don't have it instilled in you. You haven't built that up. Or you just ain't built like that. And so a threat may take advantage of that fact, and it could turn into something even far worse. But that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also wanted to show off this holster I got for the Smith & Wesson Model 10. This is a leather holster I got some time ago. It's the Hunter model, made in the USA. I got it from Sportsman Warehouse. I think it's pretty cool. But this is something, one of the things people, even to this day still carry. So people still carry revolvers. I'm like the 1911 and the Browning High Power. But and I just wanted to share these thoughts because I'm pretty sure many of us we hear stories about people getting attacked, and we'll think, well, why didn't they have a gun? Why didn't they carry? Well, they didn't think this was going to happen. Some people like that, and some people just don't think about these kind of things. They don't plan for this kind of things. They don't have it. They don't have it in them because part of them says that if it does happen, they're screwed because they don't. They just like I said, they're not built in that fashion. So they tend to just push it out of their head. But there are ways of getting over that. It's up to them as to whether they're going to do it or not. When they do, hopefully they'll step into the arena where they'll be welcomed with open arms, and learn how to carry and learn how to shoot effectively, and learn how to defend themselves and defend others if need be. But that's my video. Please share your thoughts. What do you think? Are there any other things that you can add to those 3 things I mentioned? I love reading everybody's comments. I hope to answer everyone's comments in a timely fashion. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, check out my older videos, and please look forward to new videos to come. Any gripes, complaints you guys have about the video I just did, leave a comment in the comment section or send me a personal message, and I'll respond to it as fast as I can. That's my video. Not everybody can carry, or carry isn't for everyone, and that's okay. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care, and God bless.